It's lunchtime, and this is Brad Anderson's Lunch Break. Two of my favorite things about Microsoft are the smart people that constantly visit campus and the great fleet of shuttles. Whenever I can, I try to take advantage of both of these things and grab lunch with some of the tech industry's best and brightest. Today, I'll finish talking with Dr. Nicole Forsgren, the CEO and Chief Scientist at Dora. In your experience consulting with companies, is the issue in terms of getting more diversity inside an organization, is it a pipeline problem or a workplace problem? Have you done any research on that?
Do you want to hear this answer?
Yeah.
This is not a fun answer.
Yeah, let's have it.
Hey, camera. It's not a pipeline problem. We suck at this.
As an industry.
They're going to edit this out. As a whole industry, it's not a pipeline problem. Since the 80s, we have half the number of women in tech, or half the proportion of women in tech as a percentage. We suck at this.
Yep, and you take a look now in college, and we take a look at the who's coming up, and we still don't have the representation that we want.
We have more women graduating from college than we had before.
Correct.
We have more women graduating in tech than we had before. And yet 10 years post-graduation, we have women leaving in droves.
So what's the biggest thing that we can do as leaders in the industry to stop this?
Well, and not just as leaders, as peers, right?
Fair.
So
that's a great point.
I hesitate just a bit to answer, and many times if you ask women, so many of us will hesitate to answer because we don't want to be the representatives for women. So I'll do my best right now.
Yep.
And this isn't my area of expertise as a researcher, as a PhD, but so much of the research points to the fact that the culture sucks, right? That's the challenge. So, like, I would encourage anyone who's like listening or watching, Google it, right? How can I be an ally?
Yeah.
How can I be an ally to women in tech, to underrepresented groups in tech? One of the biggest things that has hit my radar recently, there's a difference between having a mentor and having a sponsor.
Correct, very different.
Right?
Yeah.
So find someone and be a sponsor.
Yeah, totally.
That can be huge. Stand up for someone. If someone asks for something or says something, don't dismiss it, because asking for something or saying something takes an incredible amount of courage.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. I think, your point about really, no matter who you are, looking at the culture, and is the culture inclusive, and
I love that I don't want to interrupt, but I'm going to, because I love that you use that word.
Yeah,
because there's diverse and there's inclusive. Correct. And there are different things.
And I think an inclusive environment then breeds more diversity.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? And so it's one of the things, I'll tell you, we focus on this a lot because, you have introverts, you have extroverts, you have people who have got 20 years of experience, somebody who's just out of college. That's diversity that I want to have in my team. And you have to have an inclusive environment that understands, embraces, and accentuates and listens to all points of view. Yes,
and that's important, and I'm gonna call a little bitty bull right now, right? Diversity of thought and diversity of background is super important, right? So, don't just hire everybody out of the same university and have diversity of educational experiences, diversity of background, diversity of everything, but don't use that as your excuse. Don't be like, oh, well, we have our own special brand of diversity. Correct. Yes, I'm sure you do. Keep trying harder. Keep doing more.
It's constant. It is continuous.
If you want to be super capitalistic about it, we find so much research everywhere showing that diversity of background, diversity of thought, diversity of gender, diversity of race, diversity of all the things leads to better outcomes.
Oh, absolutely.
Customer satisfaction, profit, revenue, all the things. You make better products, you build better software, you get better outcomes. It's worth the investment.
So you go back to, 10 years ago when someone was getting ready to be made a vice president, there was this psychoanalysis that went on, and there would be this big book delivered on everybody that was being considered to be vice president. And my feedback was, Brad doesn't use conflict. And what do you mean I don't use conflict?
Interesting.
Yeah. And it was interesting, I actually had one of my direct reports, I asked him about it, I said, will you help me understand this? And what it came down to is I would race to try to get alignment to move on to the next problem, rather than letting the room ruminate longer on a problem and let conflict exist in the room longer. And that was like one of the biggest learnings I had in my career was how to let that happen, because you get a better outcome because there's more discussion, there's more debate, and you get a more refined answer.
I'm gonna circle us back, because you know what? Conflict, right? Everyone thinks conflict is such a dirty word.
Correct. It has a connotation. It doesn't have to mean that.
That's the value of diversity.
That's a great way to say it. It's been fun to drive around. We got to make sure we do this again.
We should.
Hey, thank you so much, Nicole. It's been great. We'll see you the next time. Next time on Brad Anderson's Lunch Break. So what's more nerve-wracking, a big keynote or testifying in front of the Senate?
Probably the Senate.
That's what I would think too.
You know, when you're 15 feet from Hillary Clinton, or
under oath,
Ted Kennedy. Yeah, it can be somewhat overwhelming.